Have you ever played a curling game and the next day you're sore in muscles that you didn't even know you had? Well, in this episode of Curl It with Jamie, I'm teaming up with Steph from Empowered Performance, and she's going to be showing us the top exercises off ice that you can do to be in the best shape possible for this upcoming season. So Steph Thompson, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm ready for you to put me through the ropes. Tell me what I gotta do.
Today we're just gonna go through the 5 key pieces of a general program for curling and then really highlight why certain exercises will be great for you as a curler depending on what your performance goals are. The first key piece is always a warm-up, so we wanna get the blood flowing throughout the body, get the muscles ready, the nervous system activated, get the joints ready, and then most importantly, I think, is to get the mind ready.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with your left leg. You're gonna hug that knee up into your chest. Now rotate your ankle 3 times in each direction. Okay, and then the other way. So we get the balance aspect on that left foot, the ankle range of motion on the right foot, posture, etc. Your knees are good?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna take a step forward and put the knee on that pad back there into a lunge. So we're not curling, we're not gonna open up our hips, we're gonna keep our hips and our knees square and put our hands down on the inside of that leg. Okay, so we're lengthening out the front of this hip flexor and we're opening up this hip. Yeah, get a little hip opener there. And then you're gonna take right hand underneath left arm and then reach up to the sky, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and we're gonna do about 6 reps where you reach under and up. And then the last piece, so square yourself up, we're gonna step up and we're gonna straighten this front leg, bend the back leg, keep the core tight, stick the butt out. Okay, and then we're just gonna swing the arms back and forth, pick the berries. So this is just transferring your weight from your left foot to your right foot. You're getting a stretch hopefully in the belly of the muscle. Yeah,
Definitely.
Those hamstrings nice and tight. We feel warm?
Yes.
Nailed it.
All right.
All right, so step 2, you need to incorporate some core exercises. We are going to attach a band or a cable about your shoulder height, give or take. So I'm in line with the band, and then I'm gonna bring that ribs down the belt buckle up, and I'm gonna punch out. So the first thing I'm gonna have you do is just hold this position to get an idea of how it feels. And you're gonna notice that the band is gonna pull you in that direction, and you have to right across the whole abs, your transverse abdominis, and your obliques on the right side there. I'm gonna push you a little bit here. You're gonna go out this time, out, up, down, and in. So you have to spend more time resisting that rotation. How does that feel?
It's good.
In this position, we're gonna take your inside foot back up on your toe and then soften the knee. So punch out, up, down, and in. Perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna give you one more.
What? How many levels are on this thing?
I want you to go down on a knee, on that same knee. Good. And you're doing a really good job of keeping your posture up. Perfect. So you could do about 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps on each side, depending on your level. We did the Palloff press, okay? That was just for creating a little bit of resistance. Yes, it's a little bit of anti-resistant exercise as well. This one is your classic side plank. So you're gonna get your whole forearm on the ground. So lie down like a model.
All right.
So I know that this is a modified version, but I love it because it's very isolated. Like you feel that in there.
Very specific.
So from there, you could do a whole whack load of different things. So you're under a side plank, you could reach up to the sky, reach under. Okay, get a couple of reps in. So just raise and lower a couple of exercises.
I feel like we're in an 80s,
and
80s
one.
workout.
And 2.
1, 2.
And you can also do a clam. My favorite is a clam. So we're bringing this top knee up and bringing this down. Ooh, this is fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Step 3.
Step 3. So we're gonna work on our lower body now. So I'm just gonna split it between upper, lower, etc. First, we're gonna start with our hips. We're gonna take this around the thigh, okay, up above the knee, and we're gonna come into a little bit of a squat. Okay, so what the band does is it's causing what I don't want, which is valgus, which is knees in.
Right.
Now you have to externally rotate the leg, okay, to kind of activate the glutes. Do you feel that?
Yep.
We're getting that abduction. Okay, the second part of this is a forward backwards. These are really creepy, but they work the little hip stabilizers.
Okay, I'm ready.
So level 1, you're just kind of inch forward like an old man. And I always get the people, it's harder to go backwards. Okay, you're really pushing out against these bands. These bands are pretty cheap. You can get them from most activity stores. Okay, we're gonna bring the foot in and then out to make this a little bit tougher. So one of the things I'm watching is that knee stays over your ankle. So we're not walking like we have to pee, we're trying to push out, and then especially on the way back down.
Okay.
So we've got our hip stability. That band is perfect for a little extra wow, right? You felt that in the,
I did, yeah.
the old peaches? Perfect. We're gonna do what's called a split squat.
Okay.
What I love about it is that it kind of looks like a delivery position.
Nice. Okay.
But it's a little bit easier to learn and a little bit safer on the knees than like a lunge. Step 1, foot forward, still standing on that railroad track. So big mistake is people like to tightrope walk it.
Yeah.
Don't know why. And you're gonna bring that knee down onto the ground. We're gonna press into the ground, straightening both legs, and then at the top, squeeze the peaches.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And then you're going to actually send your hips back first. So your hips actually end up going straight up, straight down, not a forward, backwards. Now you're a right-handed curler.
Yep.
So this is typically the foot that goes forward.
Yeah.
And then what happens to get lower is people typically actually, their hips don't stay level, they drop under to get lower.
Okay.
Super unsafe for the hip and the lower back. So what we're gonna pay attention to, especially on this side, haven't seen you do it yet, it might be pretty good, is make sure that this right hip, when we go back down again, doesn't poke under. Good? How's that? Yeah, you're pretty good. When we start at the bottom, it lets us pick up our weights a little bit easier. Squeeze those kettlebells like an old lady holding a purse, okay? You're gonna go straight up and then straight down. Lose that one. Put it on the ground. You have to use your obliques and your core as well. And when we're doing training programs at home, you can use literally anything that adds weight, right? You can use a water bottle, you can use a backpack, you can use your child, I don't know. Element 4 is the upper body. So we tackled the lower body, and now we're tackling the upper body. The key part with the upper body is a posture. So even as a skip, you still need to have good posture, because I get a lot of skips and they're like, my neck hurts, my back
Especially because it's always so cold and
you're just shrugging.
Yeah.
We're not sweeping like this, we need a little bit of space. So the position I want you to be in is like an arrow. So if you drew an arrow across the back, okay, that also brings your shoulders into a nice position so that when you come down, you don't start to roll. So put your hands up on the high box and kind of grip around the box, okay? And then you're in a nice straight line from the very tip of your head all the way down to your heels, and your core is activated. So this is technically a high plank. Yeah? Six pack, engaged, awesome. Okay, perfect. Level 2, we bring your arms lower. Pull yourself down to a level you feel comfortable with. Awesome, and then push away. Good, and you're doing a really good job of getting all the way up to the top. Huge issue I see people do is they tuck the broom way too high up in their armpit. We want to get away from using our traps. The big guys, they want to work. They're strong, they want to work, but we don't want them to. We want to bring that arm a little bit lower so that we use our lats. So again, if this hurts your wrist, you can hold 2 dumbbells, but typically I like my pointer fingers to point forward, and I'm actually gonna always be pushing through my toes or pulling back. So I'm very active through the feet. Pull yourself down, and then coming back up all the way. Good, keep your chin tucked, keep your hips a little bit higher. Higher, 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 good. Boom, she did it. How's that feel?
It's very, honestly, it's a very different form than
what you're used to? In terms of like a good way or a bad way?
Well, no, I'm assuming good because it's coming from you. I was clearly doing it wrong my whole life.
We did a pushing motion, but now we have to pull ourselves back up. My favorite is the one-arm dumbbell row. So I want my hips over my knee and my foot, and then my shoulder over the crease of my wrist. Notice I'm not kind of like slouching down into the shoulder. I'm bringing that lat, I'm externally rotating and bringing that lat into the party. Right here gives me that ability to use my core. You're gonna take this weight in the left hand, okay? So we're gonna try to keep a nice flat back, and you're always gonna reach through the tailbone up through the crown of the head. Crown of the head is right where a crown would go.
Yes, queen.
I want you to bring the weight forwards. So wrists come in line, and then pull that weight back towards your pocket. You'll feel more here in the lats. So forwards, oh yeah, and back. Beautiful. So put this around your wrist and then grab the dumbbell. Yep, you got her. Okay, set up in the exact same way. Okay, nice flat back, bring your hips off of your knee. Now I'm gonna add to it a smidge, and I'm gonna bring this foot out. So just like when we're sweeping, our feet are not underneath our center of gravity right now. Feel your abs?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna pull you forward, which is perfect, but then resist and pull it back. Good, and then forwards. Nice, good. lift this leg up, all the way up, off the mat. Lift it up, lift it, straighten it, straighten it. So it could be bent, I don't care. So you're gonna go from wrist to pocket.
Wrist
Good.
to pocket.
Now you gotta utilize your core a little bit more. Looks good. We're gonna do what I love about August, September, depending when your season starts. We are gonna do a little bit of sweeping intervals. So typically you sweep for about 20 seconds, a front end player per shot, 30 seconds if you're feeling crazy.
Yeah. If they throw it really light.
Yeah, they throw it really light and you're on Grand Slam ice, whatever. So you wanna be able to maintain that intensity throughout each sweeping bout, but then also learn how to maintain your own energy throughout a game and an end in a tournament. That push and pull. So good. You really get a chance to kind of push your weight up over the broom handle. Every time you exercise, you're activating the part of the nervous system called your sympathetic nervous system. So that's our fight or flight, our anxiety, our adrenaline. That's when we get fired up for games.
Yeah.
But we also have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the polar opposite of that. That's your recovery system. So you need that to activate for resting and digesting and recovering from exercise. Put that diamond right below your belly button and then relax your elbows. Okay? So you could close your eyes here, set a timer for 5 minutes. The key is to try to just like relax and be present.
Honestly, I feel like I learned a lot. Yeah, so really good work. So there you have it, words of wisdom. Take 2. Words of wisdom from Empowered Performance. Thank you, Steph, for coming out, literally teaching me so much today. Really appreciate it. Make sure you guys go check out Steph's stuff. I'll leave the link below. If you have any questions, comments, put them below. I will answer you. So thanks again for coming out.
Beautiful. Awkward.